Welcome to Varun Techie channel. Share, like and subscribe. Today we will discuss Machine Learning Session 9. Supervised Learning. Supervised learning is the types of machine learning in which machines are trained using well-labeled training data, and on basis of that data, machines predict the output. The labeled data means some input data is already tagged with the correct output. Supervised learning is a process of providing input data as well as correct output data to the machine learning model. The aim of a supervised learning algorithm is to find a mapping function to map the input variable x with the output variable y. Real world examples: risk assessment, image classification, fraud detection, spam filtering. Now we will see how supervised learning works. In supervised learning, models are trained using labeled dataset where the model learns about each type of data. Once the training process is completed, the model is tested on the basis of test data and then it predicts the output. The working of supervised learning can be easily understood by seeing this diagram. You observe the diagram. We have labeled data, labels, model training, prediction, test data, and final output as well. Suppose we have a data set of different types of shapes, which includes square, rectangle, triangle, and polygon. Now the first step is that we need to train the model for each shape. If the given shape has four sides and all the sides are equal, then it will be labeled as a square. If the given shape has three sides, and it will be labeled as a triangle. If the shape has six equal sides, then it will be labeled as a hexagon. Now, after training, we test our model using the test data set, and the task of the model is to identify the shape. The machine is already trained on all types of shapes, and when it finds a new shape, it will classify the shape on the basis of number of sides and predicts the output. Now we will see the steps involved in supervised learning. First, we need to determine the type of training data set. After that, we should collect or gather the labeled training data. After, split the training data set into training dataset, test dataset, and validation dataset. After that, we should determine the input features of the training dataset, which should have enough knowledge so that the model can accurately predict the output. And then we should determine the suitable algorithm for the model, such as support vector machine, decision tree, logistic regression, random forest, etc. After that, we should execute the algorithm on the training data set. Sometimes we need validation sets as the control parameters, which are the subset of the same training data sets. After that, we should evaluate the accuracy of the model by providing the test set. If the model predicts the correct output, which means our model is accurate. Types of supervised machine learning algorithms. There are two types of supervised machine learning algorithms. The first type is regression and the second type is classification. First one, regression. Regression algorithms are used if there is a relationship between the input variable and the output variable. It is used for the prediction of continuous variables such as weather forecasting, market trends, etc. Below, there are some popular regression algorithms which come under supervised learning. The first one is linear regression. The second one is regression trees. The third one is non-linear regression. The next one is Bayesian linear regression. And the last one is polynomial regression. The second type is classification. Classification Algorithms are used when the output variable is categorical, which means there are two classes such as yes or no, male, female, true or false, etc. The example in real world is spam filtering. Some of the classification algorithms which come under supervised learning are random forest algorithm, decision tree, logistic regression, support vector machines. Now we will see about advantages of supervised learning. With the help of supervised learning, the model can predict the output on the basis of prior experiences. In supervised learning, we can have an exact idea about the classes of objects. Supervised learning model helps us to solve various real-world problems such as fraud detection and spam filtering. Disadvantages of supervised learning. Supervised learning models are not suitable for handling the complex tasks. Supervised learning cannot predict the output if the test data is different from the training data set. Training required lots of computation times. In supervised learning, we need enough knowledge about the classes of the object. Thank you. Next session on unsupervised learning. We'll meet in the next session.